I would say the first quarter was disappointing, and embarrassing. Really, the way that we came out and played. After they called that early timeout and punch back, we just kind of laid down for a second. Then we decided we wanted to fight. I thought second and third quarter were good. We actually beat them in the second and third quarter. Fourth quarter, we just kind of dismantled a little bit. We're dealing with some adversity, and I just don't think we really responded well. But I will say, Mo, she really fought today. And the reason why I'm recognizing her is because she had a pretty bad injury in practice yesterday, and we didn't think she was going to play. She injured her neck, and she pushed through. She pushed through for her team, and I thought she really fought, especially because she wasn't supposed to play today. And Bree as well is dealing with a little something, and she pushed through as well.
Coach, you obviously just mentioned Mo's injury. Bree has something going on too, but Paris left the game for a little bit. Seems like the team can't shake the injury bug all season long, but what can you say about the way your players have persisted through those things?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely are being resilient. We're not giving up. We're not nothing like that. We still got opportunities in front of us, but it's been a lot of adversity. But at the same time, it's not woe is me. We can't have that mentality. That's why I said we just got to fight. Whoever's available and is on the court needs to compete. At the end of the day. And if you can't go, then somebody else needs to get in and go. Next woman up mentality. So that's not an excuse. That's not why we lost the game. We didn't control the things we could control. Second half of the fourth quarter, we were not on the same page, and we blew up stuff out of timeouts. We just weren't on the same page. We were on the same page in the second and third quarter, and that's why we were able to close the gap and make it a game. But when you're playing great teams, Georgia Tech, credit to them, they're a great team. And they're having a great season. Nell's done a great job there. But when you're playing great teams, you can't play 2 quarters out of the 4. You just can't. So we got to compete for 40 minutes. I thought we had grown in recent games in doing that, and today took a little step back, but we'll fix it. We'll get back to work. We'll fix it. We'll get healthy, get our treatment in, and be ready to go on Sunday.
Like you said, you got off to that rough start, but the team battles back and gets into it, and it's another one of those games. There have been a lot of them lately where it comes down to the last few possessions. You were within 2 points. What can you continue to take away from all of these close games, and how do you get the team to execute better in the tight situations?
Yeah, I mean, we got to keep working on it. We've been working on it in practice, and we just got to keep simulating those situations, make sure we focus in the huddles, make sure even if somebody's out of position or something like that, we talk through it in the moment and correct it in the moment. But it's something that we got to get better at. And then we also have to get better at, it's not even just, obviously offensive execution, but at the end of games, but really all game. And then defensive side, like we got to understand possessions on the defensive side because we do a good job of forcing people into tough shots at times, and then we don't finish plays with rebounding. So that's been plaguing us a little bit. I mean, we're a great rebounding team when we're dialed in, but today we weren't intentional enough on that side, and we got out rebounded by 14. And you're not going to win games against great teams getting out rebounded by that much. And a lot of it was we just didn't go. And I always say at the end of the day, when the ball comes off the basket, it's a loose ball at that point. Who wants it? So we got to get better at that. Now, we fought. We fought our way back. There were some bright spots, especially second and third quarter. So there's some things that we can build on, but we got to watch it as a whole and just get better at the end of the day. It doesn't matter if we have injuries. It doesn't matter what we're going through. At the end of the day, there's a game on Sunday. So we got to bounce back and get better.
Bree, kind of what was the message heading in halftime for you guys to kind of spur you guys into making that run in that third quarter?
We went in there. Coach said that we were still in the game. We just had to fight. We've been down in past games. We've been down multiple double digits, but all we had to do was play defense and fight back. And we did that at the beginning, but then we stopped. But we need to work on rebounding, finishing plays, because we are a good team and we're able to beat all these other teams.
And from a player's perspective, how frustrating is it to be in these close games and not being able to finish at the end of the day?
Quite upsetting, because I know our team, we are a great player. We have great players on the team, great talent. We're capable of beating all of these other teams, and we just need to keep working so we can end up doing that.
Coach, obviously, Georgia Tech hitting perimeter shots, but also those long 2-pointers force you guys to stretch out a little bit more. What was it about? Was it just the way they were shooting, but what were they running on offense, particular things they were doing that was making it so tough for you guys to guard them?
Yeah, I mean, for us, when we're in zone and we're flying around and we're talking and being there on the catch, teams struggle, you know. But we weren't doing that early. Obviously, we went down, so they shot us out of the zone, which is fine. So we switched it up. We went man, and then we just were closing out short. You know, we were closing out short on people that we knew were shooters. We were not chasing over screens and things like that. So we made those adjustments, talked about it, especially at halftime. We started doing it better, but then in the fourth quarter, we just were giving up too many open jumpers. You know, Georgia Tech, they force you into situations where you got to guard the ball. They got great ball handlers, but they also have great shooters, so you got to do both. And, you know, Carnegie, number 3, that was her first game back in about 4 games. She's a heck of a player, freshman. She had a game, and she made tough shots, so really opened it up for them.
Bree, one more for you. 6 points in the fourth quarter. Do you feel yourself continuing to build the confidence as you get more and more ACC games under your belt to be able to play and play in big moments as well?
I feel like my team is pushing me to be more confident. Like, it's not just on me, like, pushing myself to be confident, but Coach Mox is, like, installing confidence. Like, don't be afraid to shoot the shot. You're a great shooter. You're a great player. She always says just be a player, so.
Thank you.